What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in again. Those of you that are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Your subscriptions really help support the channel and it motivates me to continue dropping more content. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to disconnect or connect the backhoe for the bad boy tractor, and I'm also going to be showing you some backhoe work that I got to do around in the yard anyway, so you guys get to see that as well. So let's get started. It really don't take too long. I mean, once you kind of get the gist of it, you kind of know how to do it a little bit better. What takes the longest is when you're disconnecting your 3-point hitch, all that has to come off. I know, like the John Deere series and then some other series, maybe the Kubota as well. I'm not too familiar with that one, but yeah, you can leave that stuff on. But the bad boy tractor, your 3-point hitch system has to come off in order to get this bad boy hooked up. So let's get started. Let's get right into it. Okay, so this right here is my 3-point. This is right here is my quick hitch, and I'm going to disconnect this first. But everything has to come out, and these pins here, you're definitely going to need I would say a socket set. You're definitely going to need a socket set and a crescent wrench to get this off. But this is my quick hitch. I'm gonna take this off here. It's really easy. I'm gonna back you guys up a little bit so you guys can see everything. And these, for the most part, the quick hitch is the easiest to take off because it's literally just pins. Be careful. It's literally just pins. I hope you guys can see that. All right, once we got that off, we come down here, and these are just pins. Make sure you guys can see everything. Pop that out. We're gonna lift up on that a little bit. Pop that pin out. Got that off. And you can't leave this on. I mean, technically you could leave it on while you take the 3-point hitch off, but it's gonna make things a lot heavier. And everything is already a lot heavier. Alright, folks, and just like that, your quick hitch is disconnected. Once again, this helps out a lot because if you have, like, once again, I got a tiller, rotary cutter, box blade. It really makes things a lot easier when just disconnecting and connect them right to them. I don't have to get off and usually run my pins through here. I can really just back up to my attachments, raise up my hydraulics, and pick everything right up, and that locks everything in place. Get that out the way. All right, so now it's time for the fun part, which isn't too difficult. Let's go ahead and get this out first. Make sure you put your pins back in so you don't lose anything. Set it to the side. Go ahead and get these off. Like I said, just make sure you're putting all your pins back so you don't lose anything. All right, so these right here have to come out, and that's where your crescent wrench comes in handy. Actually, I'm going to use a socket wrench. Make things a whole lot easier. I recommend you guys put gloves on just to keep from busting up your knuckles. And they break pretty easy for the most part. New gloves. That's why my hands are like super white right now. So that pops right out, and you want to put that right back, because this is where your backhoe attachment will connect to that piece there. So you want to make sure that's in there real tight. Once again, let's see. Now there's another pin right over here on this side. Like I said, I keep gloves on when I'm doing this so I don't bust my knuckles up. This pin, show you guys, it's just a little bit more difficult to get to, right down in there. Can you see it? Right down in there. So, but it's not impossible. All right. Next side. All right. Try a different approach. There we go. I tell you one thing about these pins down here, you ain't gotta never worry about them coming out. We'll go ahead and tighten up on these. I say make sure everything's tight, because you know sometimes as it's vibrating, things can come apart. All right, so here we go. We're about to connect the backhoe attachment. What we're going to do, we're going to back the tractor up as close as we can get it to connect the hydraulic hose. You have to connect those first. Then from there, we're going to raise those arms up on the side, the legs up on the side, and lift these up so they can go into the parts that I showed you guys earlier where it can go. And I'm going to show you that too. And then in the front, towards the front of the tractor, you have two pins. They have to come out, and that's the back starts to come back down, because what it's going to do is going to sit down, and then it's going to raise up like that. It's going to be, you got to get the backhoe at this angle, and then it's going to raise up like that, and that's why I connect my two pins in the front. You guys are going to go see all that and how it locks onto it. So we're starting at 224. Let's see how long it takes us to connect. Now keep in mind, when you're connecting your hoses, you want to make sure your tractor is off. I mean, I always make sure my tractor is off because, you know, those fluids get the flowing, you know what I'm saying? So, we're going to disconnect this. I'm going to move my hydraulics around a little bit because if there is any pressure in there, I definitely want to let it loose. All right, so I'm gonna disconnect my hoses. All right, and you're gonna have a little juice spill out. I'm gonna come on the other side too, guys. You're gonna have a little liquid spill out, but that's completely fine. Here we go right here. Keep caps on them to keep debris from getting into them. All right, let's see. Here we go right here. So we're running into a problem with this, which I feared. Sometimes this right here, the pressure gets built up in there from it sitting in the sun, and it's hard to go down. So I'm gonna move this around a little bit, try to let some of that pressure out, get some of those liquids flowing around, and try it again. If not, yep, let me see. There we go. So you see what I just did right there? I had to press it down really hard and just let some of that hydraulic fluid out of there. So now my pin can press down back into the coupling. Like a glove. All right, my other hose here. And you don't want to never look directly into that while it's happening because you never know that hydraulic fluid, it's high pressure. So you know, it can shoot up at you, shoot in your eyes. You just definitely want to be careful. All right. So it looks like I'm having the same problem with this one here. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Let out some of that pressure. All right. So this time the pressure is built up on this side. All right, guys, so we're definitely gonna restart it because I gotta bleed that line. What happens is sometimes it gets so much pressure built up in here to where they won't connect. That pin down in there, it won't go back down. So I'm gonna just open it up a little bit and let some of that fluid seep out. All right, here we go. That fluid start leaking out. There we go. And you don't have to let too much out. That should be good right there. Let me see if it goes down. Yep, that's it, guys. All right, so it's 2:41. We got the hydraulic hose hooked up. And I'm going to show you guys, once we get the hoses hooked up, I'm going to show you guys how to get everything else hooked up. These are our pins that's going to go in the front and the bottom. I'm going to show you how we're going to get those on. the easy part, I promise you. Well, I can't actually promise you that, but it's connected on both sides. Now what we're going to do, see underneath here? Bring you guys out a bit. Now, I need to let that down, those legs down, and you're going to see that go up. Up there. All right, guys, so for the most part, we got them in there. Let's see, let's get our pins. I'm gonna show you where these go. So, let's see, you guys see that? So these go right around here. And you're gonna take your pins and you're gonna run them straight through here. So you guys see that? Hope you guys can see that. You wanna run them through there, put your pin out here on this side, and you're gonna do the exact, excuse me, you're gonna do the exact same thing for this side right here. You're gonna take your pin and just run it right through there. Well, you wanna connect that first. Take your pin, run it right through there, and guess what? Connect this on the other side, and she's ready to roll. All right, so some of you guys did want to see the backhoe in action. I started pushing this down with the grapple, but it's just really too deep, so I'm gonna go ahead and dig it out, and that'll be some of your backhoe action right there, folks.